WRC 2 Extreme is a sequel to the iconic and original WRC World Rally Championship game that ended up seeing a release on the PlayStation 2 in the year 2002, a full year after the original game's release. And the game was developed by Evolution Studios and was published by Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. And again, this would take on and continue on the premise of the iconic elements seen within the first game, but would continue on with the updated season at that time, which contains 115 different stages or tracks to race on across 15 different countries, with many of the officially licensed WRC cars that were available for that season and at that time, with many other unlockable features and cars that you could gain access to as you played through the game. The game, like its predecessor, received favourable reviews across the board, stating that the game was a vast improvement over the original in terms of the new physics models that were added to the cars and the player dynamics and the handling characteristics. It was pretty much a ground up improvement over the original, and even though the original game was a really good game and set the standard for rally games that were to appear on the PlayStation 2, the second game was definitely a vast improvement. And the really good thing about the WRC series, especially on the PS2, is that there was a gradual improvement with each iteration and sequel moving forward, because I remember even looking into WRC 3 and I remember playing a demo of it years ago, and I found that to be one of the best rally experiences that I had played on the PS2 at that time, because the handling was so tight and so responsive, and it generally was a really fun experience. And even though it was just a demo, I played it a ton. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. It was so addictive, and this game, like its predecessor, is a massive step up. It has great handling physics, it actually has really good graphics, and it just is a genuinely really good solid game. Although I will have to apologise for the glitches that are appearing on screen in the video. It's just the emulator I was using, because I tried to get access to the game, and again, trying to play it through emulation can sometimes be hit or miss with regards to certain features and settings, so no matter what I did, I couldn't get it right. But at least it's playable to some degree, at least you can see it. Now, it did look worse on other tracks, so that's why I tried to pick the track that actually had the best graphical presence, that at least you can see it to some degree, so at least you can enjoy it for what it is. But again, it's a really good solid game, I have to say. Like, the handling in this game is definitely one of its best features. It's a massive improvement. It's very responsive. If anything, this for me is one of the best rally games on the PS2, hands down. It's so well put together, and it's just a really good solid game. And if in all honesty, like, I've even played a lot of the more later games that would have been developed on the likes of the PS3 and even the PS4 and even modern games, and they're all good games in their own right. But I will be honest, I think the PS2 versions of the WRC games are the best versions of the games in the series. I know they're created by different developers and they changed hands in terms of the processes and whatever it is that they do, but I genuinely think that these earlier WRC games are phenomenal. They just really were ahead of their game, and they were on par with even the likes of the Colin McRae series in terms of what was represented in the games. It just really is a good solid experience for anyone that's interested in rally games. So I do recommend, if you can get access to a copy of it, or if you're a fan of rally games in general, this is another one of those games that you do have to try out. It is a very fun game. It just has so much to offer. There's so many cars to play as, there's a ton of tracks, there's really good graphics, great handling physics. It genuinely is a very good solid all-round experience, and a really good rally game at that. So I do recommend that you go and check it out if you haven't done so already. And I would love to know your thoughts on WRC 2 Extreme if you have played the game, and if so, what do you think of the series overall? Are you a fan of these type of games that we're seeing on the PS2? I'd love to hear whatever thoughts you do have of this game, so be sure to share it down in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to be updated of future videos. And if you would like to see more content on the channel around other types of rally games seen on the PS2, then you can check out the playlist here on screen to see more of those games in action. And I will see you all in the next one.